Good mornings from Disturbia on the 30th of April 2026. As you can see, there's no fog here in Disturbia. It's around 4 degrees here Celsius. We're still under a force field, even though the sky looks relatively clear. You can see my windshield. I don't know what those lines are. No idea. You can see all the dust on my windshield. You can imagine the dust that we're breathing in from the aerosols that are being sprayed. We're driving toward the west now. By the way, it is 5:13 real time in the morning. You can see this pink rising. Why is that? I don't know. It's been sprayed in. To me, it looks like a force field all along the periphery of the dome. I was just listening to the radio and they're, oh my gosh, I mean, here in Syria, Disturbia, Germany, Germania, suddenly with the Merz regime, there's no money. No money, and of course, with the war, so-called over there in Iran, the price of benzene has gone up. I don't know, let me think. Let's see, it's 30, 40, 50 cents, 60 cents a liter. It was expensive enough. I remember before the mark, or let's say, excuse me, before the euro, when we had the mark, it was something like 135, 145 marks. And then when they changed to euro, overnight, everything was cut in half. You had half the amount of money on your bank account. You got half the salary that you had been getting. And then the rents went up. My rent went up at least. 20 euros a month. My landlady didn't say one word. She just raised the price. And I just swallowed it. I didn't say anything. I thought about saying something, but I didn't. You can see they're starting to spray now. These are not conventional aircraft, folks. Conventional aircraft do not fly down diagonally to the ground. They don't fly straight up. They don't make these formations. Anybody can see that. So while you're hearing that this is, either people completely ignore it, or they say that it's conventional aircraft, then they zoom in and give you the plane number, which is a bunch of bullocks. It's all abracadabra. But I guess people are willing to believe what they're told rather than believe the truth. There's two things, the truth and what you're told. They do not connect. They do not compute. They don't add up together. They are contrary to one another, contradictory. And here in Disturbia, we have so many people out of work, so many people that get something for nothing, like their monthly rent payments. People that don't pay into the system, like the richest people that there are. Recently, I heard they're going to continue that because of the so-called Beamten, civil servants, so that they continue to be that you cannot. I'm thinking in the German words now. Yeah, so that they remain above reproach, so that you can't con them with money, bribe them, so that they don't take bribes. That's the word. Just take a look here. You got the yellow, the orange crush, and here you've got the pink crush. I wonder why they call it crush. Could it be because we are under the force field being pressed down, shaken together, and running over? This is no joke. They're changing our blood. We're beginning to disintegrate. I mean, you see that on people's bones. You have to ask yourself, for 300, 400 years, were people still having problems with bones, or were they having problems then? Did they have to get artificial joints? No, they were not available. You know, people will tell you how great the scientific progress has been. And yet what they don't understand is that science creates the problem and the solution. A friend of mine told me recently, well, just look at the strides they've made in transplantation. And I said, oh, are you an organ donor now? No, are you kidding me? I'm not going to donate my organs. People are confused. Organ donation does not save lives. Everyone's gonna die. It's the same lie that they brought to us with the vaccination and the mask. Just wear the mask and you'll be okay. Get vaccinated, and even if you get corona, it won't be as bad as it might have been. How do they know that? I mean, talk about prophetic utterings. And yet people believe that, but they won't believe in God. Oh no, God is irrational. Well, what about your vaccinations and your masks? I didn't wear a mask. I didn't get vaccinated. Sure, I could have gotten corona, but I didn't. People are going to die. They kept saying, so and so many people are dying daily. Yes. That's always been the case. People drop dead every second probably across the face of the whole flat earth. You see, but because people are not cognizant of this, they don't think about it when they actually hear it being spoken. So and so many people are dying daily. Oh my God. Well, and then you heard they didn't die of corona, they died with corona, and all this fancy language. And if you've noticed, they are changing language. They're adding new words. They talk about framing and memes and narratives now. You didn't hear that so much back in the day. These concepts have always existed, though. So anyway, what's the point of this video? I guess just to show the force field. Take a look at all these spires here. The Gated Ball, shopping center, merchandise. We're living in Babylon, folks, but I was just reading this morning. I've been looking at Chronicles lately. David's prayer. How the earth is God's. It's God's earth. Whether they made Babylon, whether Satan thinks he's the God of this earth or not, the real God presides over all. And just because they throw you out of your system doesn't mean that God did not create you. But he didn't create you for this system. He created you for his own glory. To tell the truth. So many liars out there. So many. It is just mind-boggling. When I think of all the people who tell lies for their advantage. What sort of advantage do you gain from lying? What? That you pull the wool over somebody's eyes and you get giddy thinking about how stupid they were? Well, how about how stupid you are telling a lie? Why do you want to deceive people and be like the devil? I was just reading this morning, too, in this same Chronicles, that those who seek God will find him. He will let himself be found. Oh, look at this sky. Yesterday they didn't spray so much, so today it's going to be even warmer than yesterday. I don't know what they're looking for today. It depends on how much They spray in front of the sun. Oh, this morning 203. Yesterday was 206, but in the afternoon it was 217. You see, you can't rely on anything. This is the message of Babylon now. I went to the store not too long ago because I needed a new coffee maker, and I decided to get the cheapest one I could find because a more expensive one was broken within 8 months. So I thought, I'm just going to get the cheapest one. They probably are made by the same manufacturer, and this one will break too after half a year. Anyhow, it was priced at 11 euros, and then I got up to the register and they wanted over 20 for it. I said, what are you talking about? I just saw the sign for it. It was priced at 11 something. Anyway, I said, no, I'm not going to pay 20 when it's priced at 11. And the person said, well, look, the prices are changing all the time. She said, because it's just like on internet. She said, because we have this internet presence, and on the internet we change the prices. We have certain things that go on sale and on and on. I said, what are you talking about? Why do you price anything then? Why, is this an auction house or what is this? That's what it looks like. You almost feel like you're on the like you're on the stock market. It goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes up. You don't know what it's going to do. Between the time I pick the coffee maker up and put it in my basket and carry it to the counter, the price has changed 16 times already. You don't know what you're getting. And this is how the forces are preparing us for the man of sin. Because they want us all to feel very unstable, very uncomfortable, not trusting anybody. They want us to be destitute, hungry, scared, and then they're going to bring in the man of sin, the man who has all the answers and all the promises of eternal life as a God. You'll never get sick and you'll never die, and you will take the last evolutionary step. I believe that this is what evolution is all about. It's I guess kind of a Gnostic tenet that we're all actually apes. This is what Henry Makow, M-A-K-O-W, on his site discusses every once in a while in an article, how mankind is really an ape and how you need the inner light in order to evolve from an ape into a human. Well, a human is an ape. Just look it up, what the definition of a human is. It's a primate. So, and then when the man of sin comes with the mark. So, I mean, at the moment, it seems like everything's, sort of okay-ish. But just wait. Just wait. I mean, we've got these wars and rumors of wars because we don't really know what's going on. And people are probably going to start flooding into Disturbia here. I think this is the destiny of Disturbia because it is Assyria. This is the place of Hebrew captivity. This is the place that the diaspora began in. When the Hebrew people were taken from Israel, they were brought up here to Assyria, and from Assyria, they disbanded, and God actually led them. This is a fantastic thing that we just cannot grasp, is that we have a free will, and yet God moves everything finally. He's the one who kept the tribes together, etc. And so I think that there's going to be a big influx here into Jerusalem. There already has been. The biggest synagogue of Satan with the altar of Satan is in Berlin, the altar of Pergamon. It was moved. Take a look in Revelation 2:13, it talks about the altar of Satan, Satan's seat, which was in Pergamon, Turkey, and they moved it to Berlin. This is a fact. They've closed it. Every once in a while, I look it up to see when they're going to reopen, and even there, you get contradictory information, conflicting. So you don't know. And the only thing that we're going to know and be sure of is that the man of sin is going to have all the answers. Now, this is where they worship the god of forces. Take a look. This is a burial mound. Take a look at it. There's a fence around it. Why? Here, you've got the electricity, El, their god. You've got an opening to the underground. And then back here, you've got a temple and a grove. This is exactly what has been depicted in the Bible. It's a high place. You see, we're on this high. Well, it's not that high, but relatively, comparatively speaking, it's a hill. Bergen, it's called. Frankfurt Bergen. Anyhow, so there's going to be an influx and people are going to be going at each other's throats. And they've already started this with their AFD, with their right-wing radical party that they keep taking to court and they keep winning. It's a big fiasco. The political tenor has become very infantile. If you watch videos of political programs back in the day, 70s, 80s, you'll see that the commentators, the moderators were very mature. And now you get this flagrant infantilism, even in Germany, even in the parliament, especially there. This is God's curse on mankind, in my opinion, where our minds are being darkened. The more you reject God, the dumber you get. Take a look at this huge vortex being sprayed in. Yesterday they didn't spray much. We had a high of, I think, around 20. You ever notice how it gets really warm beginning at around 2 p.m. real time? The temperature can go up in an hour like 5 degrees. Why is that? Well, the more they spray, the warmer it gets. And also, that also applies to these wind turbines. The wind turbines inject frequencies. People aren't realizing that. They're electrifying the air with the wind turbines, and they're telling you that they're heating your home. They are heating your home. They're cooking all of us. We're being cooked, we're being fried, we're being microwaved. So much is going on here, and yet people do not care. Even so-called smart people, the intelligentsia. Well, I see it, but I'm not too bothered about it because I believe that my politicians love me and they wouldn't do anything to hurt me. Are you crazy? You're the one, if you see this and talk about it and know what's going on, you're the one that's crazy. This is how this insane asylum was built. They're putting people who know what's going on away. Look at this. Look at the white coming off of there. We're breathing it all in. I noticed too on very heavy spray days that the horses will stand there and just rub themselves against anything possible. Trees, sides of buildings if they can, anything against each other, because this crap lands on them and it makes them itch. I always use vinegar against that, and on the mane and the tail, hydrogen peroxide, because hydrogen peroxide has one molecule more of oxygen in it than water. It will burn. So you don't put it on the skin because the skin will start burning and fizzling, especially if there's a little open wound there, which is not bad. It just makes it itch. And so I just put it on the mane and tail, and then vinegar on the rest. And the vinegar is acidic, and so that takes away. First of all, it is a kind of a cleansing agent. The insects don't like it, and it takes away a little bit of the itch. Even if I have, bites, I put on vinegar. And the interesting thing is we had a whole lot of flies one day, and now they all seem to be gone. I believe that they're bringing in flies. They must be, because all of a sudden you've got these flies, and whenever you get the flies dumped on you, you've got a whole bunch of crap in the sky that they're spraying. So I think there is a relationship between the shite that they're spraying and the frenzy of the spraying, the frequency of it. Oops, it looks like there's an accident happening here. Oh. And the flies. Okay, I'm going to end this now. Thank you.